It is becoming an annual tradition in Minnesota. Lawmakers there are proposing a bill that would allow liquor stores to be open on Sunday. News 8's Kyle Dimke joins us now in our studio with a closer look at this year's proposals.
Well, Mike, it's a law that's been on the books for almost a century. Liquor stores in Minnesota haven't been open on a Sunday since 1933, and lawmakers continue to try and change that. But across the state, liquor store management have differing opinions. La Crescent Wine and Spirits sits right on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Because state law requires it to be, every Sunday the store is closed, and GM Troy Wing feels like he's watching money drive right by his business.
So we do know we're missing some business. Considering the fact that Sunday is the second largest shopping day of the week for our core demographic, we would see it as a day that potentially would be more business for us.
Wing says being open on Sundays may take away business from other days of the week, but he at least wants the opportunity to be open. And that's exactly what State Senator Jeremy Miller of Winona intended when he co-authored this bill.
We have citizens in all of the communities here in southeastern Minnesota that are crossing the border on Sundays to buy their beer, wine, and liquor, and we just want to provide an opportunity for them to buy in Minnesota.
Miller says keeping buyers in Minnesota would generate revenue for the state, though he recognizes it may not be a large amount. Even La Crescent Police Chief Doug Stavanaugh says he'd like to see liquor stores be open on Sunday.
Ultimately, I guess I would like people to remain shopping locally for our community.
The chief says he doesn't see any added issues coming from alcohol being sold an extra day. He says most people west of the Mississippi plan ahead or just drive into Wisconsin on a Sunday. Wing says the beer cooler is still running even when the store is closed, and that's his biggest expense outside of employees. So he sees more positives than negatives of being open 7 days a week.
And we already have days of the week that are borderline whether or not, it pays to have an employee in the store, but I don't think Sunday would end up being that way.
Troy at La Crescent Wine and Spirits says the reason this idea continues to fail is because most liquor stores aren't on the state's border. So those stores don't have the same issues as a border community does. And Mike, all 4 states bordering Minnesota allow alcohol sales on Sunday.
Thanks, Kyle. And State Senator Jeremy Miller from Winona says there are several proposals to remove the Sunday sales ban. However, he's not sure there's enough support this year, but believes it will pass in the next few years.